Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy, the one and only. I'm gonna start off like this. Fuck you all, and I'm still bullish. Let's begin. Bitcoin is currently at 101,000 US dollars. This, ladies and gentlemen, has to hold. If it doesn't hold, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We are in a bear market. Simple as that. If it doesn't hold, 100,000 US dollars. Now the line in the sand, I've said this so many times, if it doesn't hold above the 50-day moving average, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. That's on the weekly. If it doesn't hold right here and bounce over here, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's all over. Now we've done this multiple times where we tested the 50-day moving average. We got folks very, very scared. We went down by 30%. Everyone called for a bear market and we headed up. The previous time was the tariff scares and we went down by 31%. Okay, we bounced on this area, we're heading up high. Now again, we bounced on this area and we're headed up higher. It went down by 30%. We almost kissed the 50-day moving average for the weekly and it went down by 18%. As of now, ladies and gentlemen, I bought even more. We've gone down by 20%. We typically go down roughly around 26 to 30%. Now, if we hold underneath the 50-day moving average, the weekly, twice in a row, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Welcome to the bear market. I'm going to show you something interesting. This is the Wall Street cheat sheet. We've got disbelief, we have hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression. If we do not hold 100K, then there's your answer. We are here. Complacency, heading to anxiety, and then denial, and then finally panic and capitulation. If we do hold, and I'm like 110% sure we're gonna bounce and see higher prices to 145,000. I could be wrong, but we're going to find out in a few days, in a few weeks, 2 weeks max. We'll find out. And if it closes underneath 100K and holds underneath 100K for 2 weeks, there's your answer. Ethereum is currently at $3,383 and we have gone down from peak to trough around 30%. If Bitcoin holds underneath 100K, is heading to 3,000 US dollars and then sub 3,000 US dollars underneath the 50-day weekly moving average. We're going to have a macro view and I'm going to show you this chart. Listen, let me tell you a secret and keep this between us two. The only chart you need to know is this chart here for your altcoins. That's the only chart you need. This right here. I've said this numerous times. This is like your roadmap. You know how crypto has a roadmap? This is your roadmap as investors. You do not touch altcoins until we head to 0.27 or 0.25. Until we head to those marks, that's the only time I am gonna buy altcoins, when it heads to 0.25. Other than that, I'm not touching any vaporware. Listen, I could be ultra bearish. I could be really bearish and say we're heading down here. I can easily say to you that we've actually formed lower highs every time and lower lows, and we're heading to 0.16 mark right over here. I could easily say that to you, but I'm being realistic. Every time we've bounced in this area. Altcoins are simply a liquidity play. You do not touch any altcoin. Ethereum is not an altcoin. If you're trying to DCA into altcoins, then I can't save you. I can't save someone that doesn't want to be saved. That just doesn't want to be saved. I'm sorry. I try to save people. I try to help people, but I can't save someone that really doesn't want to be saved. There's someone out there, or a few people out there, that are very lost. They have sunk cost fallacies. They thought that crypto was going up higher and all they got was misery and pain. People do not understand the level of risk they get into. Bitcoin's only gone down by 15%. Altcoins are gone down by 80 to 90 to 99%. Ladies and gentlemen, make it make sense. Come on, guys, make it make sense. You didn't buy Bitcoin. You didn't buy Ethereum. You didn't really buy Solana. You didn't buy anything. Like, you only bought some of these shitty vaporware and thought that you can make exponential growth. No, you buy Bitcoin and you buy ETH and you buy the top 10. Everything else is everything else. Simple as that. So do not be surprised that your altcoins are going to continue to drop. They will drop lower. This wick must be filled. It must be filled. Every wick you see is there for a reason. Go check out your coin and see if it has a wick. If it has a wick, ladies and gentlemen, 9 out of 10 times, 99.99% is heading to that wick, irrespective if it looks like it's far away. Irrespective. I do not care if it's called Trump. I don't care if it's the president's coin. I don't care if it's the empire's coin. I don't care who it is. This is just the fact. This is just nature. And nature says we will fill the wicks. And I know some of these wicks are historical lows. Historical lows. I know. I've been in the bear market, ladies and gentlemen. I know how this works. A lot of folks will say, I'm going to be around during the bear market. My friends, none of you have seen a bear market. Most of you have never seen a bear market. There are more scams in a bear market than they are in a bull market. 10x, 20x times more. People are desperate. They're really desperate. VCs are desperate. Developers are desperate. Businesses, exchanges, and they're all going to cannibalize each other. They're all going to cannibalize each other. So if you think I'm going to be around for the bear market, guys, think again. These wicks are going to be filled now or later, whichever. I'm not really fussed. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, but those wicks are going to be filled. As for Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen, it's only gone down by 20%. What's the big deal? Ethereum's gone down by 30%. What's the big deal? We're sitting pretty. My private members are all sitting pretty. I've spoken to every single one of them, and we have a strategy for everything in place. Everything in place. Every scenario you can imagine, we got it in place. This is the Bitcoin chart. I'm not going to dumb this down, so you just have to focus and just listen very carefully. This is the Bitcoin chart. We have total assets under management, as you can see here, labeled blue. Then we have Bitcoin dominance, labeled red. We are currently right over here. Let me show you. We are right over here. This has been mainly a Bitcoin-led cycle. Just mainly a Bitcoin-led cycle. We have quantitative tightening during that time. And guess what? Bitcoin dominance actually peaked as soon as the money printers turned on, ladies and gentlemen. So what happens next? The money printers will turn on. As of now, Powell has said that he has paused. Most likely, he's going to turn on the money printers. Therefore, Bitcoin peaks. We head into a bear market. Now, I was waiting for a Q4 rally. I was hoping for one last rally. However, it looks more and more like we're right over here, just before we had QE come into the system. QE came into the system, money was falling from the skies. It was all a land of milk and honeys. As of now, everyone has been pissing against the goddamn rain. And right now, they're all sitting and they're all in a position of weakness. Every single folk that didn't buy Bitcoin or ETH, they're sitting in a position of weakness. Now, you can change your scenario if you want to and join our private members, but it's too late for most of you. Most of you are going to continue to DCA and continue to buy, and I can't save someone that doesn't want to be saved. So this will head downwards. We'll have the money printer turn on, and the most important thing ever is Bitcoin dominance will peak. That means every altcoin in existence will outperform Bitcoin on the downside or the upside. That means altcoins will outperform. It will be a year where altcoins will head down to 0.27 or 0.25. They'll range in that level. And then finally, when the money printers actually turn on by 2026 Q4, then altcoins will go parabolic. But by then, the altcoin space has progressively got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And you should have just sat on Bitcoin or Ethereum. Simple as that. Ethereum, it's not going to do that terrible. It's not going to be that bad. Let's be honest. This is the worst crypto cycle in history. And Ethereum is at the range highs. Let's really think about this now. We've had the worst crypto cycle in history, and Ethereum is sitting at 500 billion market cap with quantitative tightening, with high interest rates. Now imagine what happens to Ethereum when we get QE and lower interest rates. This part is extremely important. This is a curveball, And if you take anything away, please take this part. Now this is Bitcoin divided by Ethereum. I'm going to overlay the total assets under management. This is a period of quantitative easing. This is a period of quantitative tightening. We're currently in quantitative tightening. I'm going to overlay Bitcoin dominance. This part, like we said earlier in the show, we peak. Bitcoin dominance peaks as soon as QE begins. Let me repeat. Bitcoin dominance peaked for a very long time as soon as the money printers turned on. Bitcoin dominance only went up because of one reason and one reason only, and that was because of quantitative tightening. This is all monetary. The reason why Bitcoin went up is because of monetary policy, and the reason why Bitcoin dominance went down during that period was because of monetary policy. It was because of quantitative easing. Now Ethereum, the reason why it went down was because of quantitative tightening. And guess what? We're about to see in December quantitative easing or pausing, whichever you want to call it. They pause for a while and then they turn on the money printer. As soon as that money printer turns on, Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. In a bear market, in a bull market, I really don't care. Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. So we are currently hovering at 100K. If we do not hold 100K, all right, this is the beginning of the end. And in a bear market, I can tell you this for free, ladies and gentlemen, there are more scams in a bear market. The YouTubers, the influencers, the exchanges, they all have bills to pay. They have employees, they have families, they have kids. They're going to get very, very desperate and they're going to extract from every way possible. This place is not regulated. It's 10 times worse in a bear market. So be careful what you wish for. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.